The teaching is very simple. It's just to be, simply to be. Another way of putting it is to recognize that you already are, and to recognize what you are. To recognize that you are present, that's already freely given. You already are this aware, intelligent, awake presence. Really, that's the core of the teaching. And that this presence that you are is the presence that everyone and everything is. Everyone and everything is this presence. So the saying, all is the self, all is Atman, or all is God, or all is reality, is the core of the teaching. So it's really it's not complicated. It's not a complicated teaching. The complications belong to at the mind level. At me, my life, what's happening to me, me in time. Where am I going? Am I improving? The entire complication that we experience in our life is just at the mind level. It is this me impression that I am this person living in time and space, and I have to protect myself, take care of myself, and it's me. I don't mean just like taking care of the body, because there is great intelligence in taking care of the body. The body requires food, shelter, and clothing, and a certain care. Every body is different, and every body requires a certain type of attention. But it's the identification that I am this body that is the core of ignorance, and of course of misery and suffering. So the contemplation in the non-dual teaching is the contemplation of on what basis have I reached the conclusion that I am immortal body-mind. So it's an inquiry into this belief structure, and to come to a clear understanding that this is a belief structure that is unnecessary for the graceful functioning in life. There is this belief that if I don't identify with the body, then I will get into all sorts of trouble. That is not true. The body functions not because you're identified with it. It functions irrespective of your identification with it. It actually functions much gracefully, with much more ease, with much more happiness when you are not identified with it. When you're relaxed, when you're in an open, relaxed space, the body is relaxed and open and happy. But as soon as you identify with the body, you identify with mortality, you are in a state of fear. All the emotions arise, and they disturb the energy in the space. So basically, the entire teaching, the entire work is that of deconstructing those belief structures. And it's not that complicated. Because if you pay attention to your experience, and if you're able to pause your belief structures for a minute, just as an experiment, and just come to your experience without using the past, without using any knowledge, any past knowledge. If you come simply to pure, naked presence, simple presence, you will find that your experience is that of openness, relaxation, friendship, freedom, ease of being. And if you go to that experience over and over and over and over, it will stabilize for you. And you will find yourself in that place of ease and being, which is ease of being, which is your natural state. Your natural state of consciousness is ease of being. Happiness, freedom, peace, joy, friendship. That is the normal state, the default state of the body-mind, which is pre-identification, which is free from identification. So your contemplation is to go over and over and over and over to presence, just to befriend, to be the friend of presence. Just recognize presence as your actual experience right now. That is sufficient. It's a sufficient sadhana to release you from all your angst. But you have to visit this presence very often, frequently. You cannot just do it, once every few hours. You have to do it frequently. You have to frequently come to presence. You have to fall in love with presence. So if you have any questions, we can go into them. Hello, Ananda. So Ananda, you write, myself and some friends tend to be cautious about intimate emotional involvement. We don't want to be distracted from presence where we generally dwell. So intimate relationship, intimate emotional friendship and relationship are not in the way of presence. Why should they be? Tell me why.
No, it's the mind activity to do.
Mental activity, conditioned responses.
How does there is mental activity right now, right? I mean, right now, this very moment, there is mental activity, yes? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. How is this mental activity in any way interfering with presence?
Well,
right now we love each other, yes?
Yes.
Love each other. I love you, you love me, we love each other. We're in love right now, yes?
Yes.
Yes. How is this in any way interfering with presence?
No, if there was such a thing as enhancement, it would be that.
Yes.
Yes.
It's beautiful. It's really beautiful to love, to be in love, and to enjoy and celebrate love, and to celebrate, intimacy and the emotions, the positive emotions that are beautiful. Love, friendship, kindness, looking in each other's eyes, caressing each other, holding each other, listening to each other, sharing, exploring the truth together, contemplating whatever is arising, in your space, listening to your partner, what's 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 arising in your partner's space, and being open, being that empty space, that open space is already love. Love is right there. You see, so
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's beautiful.
Okay, well, I have no argument with that. What you say totally resonates with me, but I see it as, and I'm in a way I'm talking on behalf of my community almost, because so many people live a kind of insular life.
Well, sorry, what did you say? Inferior? I didn't hear the last word.
The word insular meaning insulated.
Yes, insular, right, okay.
Yeah. And me too, I have a nice little apartment. I have, in this nice town that I live in, I have friends we have our little apartments.
What is this I you're talking about? What is this I that you are talking about?
Oh, it's
Can we just be me and you here right now without an I?
Wow, that's a good invitation.
Great invitation. Thank you.
Just to be. Open listening space. No me, no you, no I, no none of that. Why complicate what is so simple? Why? What is this about apartments and insular? I don't.
Well, I have a friend who lives with 14 families, and they all have lived together with their children and everything, and it's a huge. When I talk with these friends, it's like a huge involvement of the mind, the figuring things out, having meetings, and something in me is drawn to community, but something in me wants the simplicity that I find in my apartment, which
there are no solutions in the world. What you are looking for is not in the world.
And that's where I still have, so to speak, work to do, because that's not a settled understanding for me. It's like once in a while I get oh my gosh, I'm actually free of all that. But it's not a continuous, consistent.
How could you get fulfillment from a worldly situation, given that all worldly situations are impermanent and conditional?
Yes.
That would work if you are looking for a temporary fulfillment, and then the next and the next and the next and the next. But you've done that long enough, Ananda. Now your name is Ananda. Now you are Ananda.
I know, it's true. And the temporary fulfillments are not only, I feel they suffer not only from temporariness, but from lack of expansiveness. I mean,
there is no lack to presence. Lack belongs at the mind level, at the thinking level, at the feeling level, at the emotional level, at the argumentation level, but there is no lack to presence. It's referred to as wholeness of being.
It's fun talking with you. It's like a magic mirror that's saying these things, and they're recognized as true, as completely true.
Absolutely, because You are hearing what echoes for you, and what echoes for you is your truth.
Mm-hmm.
So what resonates with you is your truth. You're resonating with what is true within you. In other words, what you know as being true, what you know as truth is resonating within you. And this character, Magdi, is just resonating your truth.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot resonate with something that you don't recognize deeply within you.
Mm-hmm. That's clear.
So there is a recognition within yourself at a deep level that you are presence, and that presence lacks nothing, seeking nothing, is not looking at the world to find any solution. It's celebrating. It's contemplating, and celebrating. And in the contemplation, it's a process of unveiling. Unveiling, putting down the belief structures, putting down the stories, not repeating, not repeating.
So tiring.
Yes, it is tiring. You just put it down and remain at ease. Ease is already there. It's already there. Just put it down. Do not pick up. Do not pick up any issues, any matters. Simply respond with clarity and intelligence. Somebody knocks on the door, you get up, you open the door. It's your friend. Oh, welcome. It's somebody trying to sell you a vacuum cleaner. So, no, thank you. Please make sure you mute your mic. Not you, Ananda, but others.
I have one kind of delicate subject here. We're just having a conversation, and my friends, I had a wonderful lover, a younger lover, with lots of Shakti for a while, and then that seems to have come to a, I'm not sure, but it's not happening now. And she said, well, my friend here said, you had a wonderful experience. Do you have to keep repeating it all the time, or so is there a problem that it changed, that changed? And so I think for me, for some reason, having wonderful lovemaking has been a part of my path, but it's a spiritual part which involves a partner, and so it doesn't have that complete self inward. You know what I mean? It's not just a contemplation of my own, which requires nothing, which requires no world, really. And so the reason what I'm asking, I guess, is it a kind of, I guess, kind of an addiction in a sense to an experience, because it's only a gateway. Now I'm realizing it's only a gateway to the real. You know what I mean? It's a gateway. It's not the thing itself. So perhaps if all gateways are if it's sort of like hands off from all that, maybe that's the next step for me, so to speak.
Don't complicate it with, don't complicate it.
Mm-hmm.
From the right perspective, everything that unfolds is a pointer, is a gateway to the divine.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to you, it's sweet, all is well. When it goes, it's sweet, all is well. Remain with the sweetness. Don't bank your happiness on anything. You can celebrate everything from your love and happiness, but don't seek your happiness in anything.
Yes.
Addictions come from seeking your happiness in something, whatever it is, sex, drugs, food, power, money, whatever, control, having a big harem, whatever. Yeah. So in your case, remain simple. Observe that what you truly are is not Ananda, is not a body mind, is not any character. You are the spirit. You are that formless self. And that when beings come in your space, they come in the space of love, in the space of the self. And so you share the love. There is a transparency, is a merging. And you don't know, the mind cannot figure it out and does not need to figure it out. Don't try to figure out what is beyond the mind. You just remain watchful, not to define anything, not to define yourself above all as I, meaning I, this imaginary person, is doing this and that and needs this and that and is trying to do this and that. And don't come from that position. Release that position whenever it arises. Let it go. Yeah, and you say, "Oh, I have some addiction. What is this I? I need this. What is this I? I need to go through a gateway. What is this I?" Always contemplate. What is this I that you're referring to? Until you come to the real I, which is presence, pure freedom. And freedom, presence, beingness loves to play, loves love. So if there are, God sends you friends and partners that love you and enjoy your presence, you say yes to that. And if God says, okay, time to, it's now, just be on your own, yes, say yes to that. Because what you are is beyond all of that. You are the reality. You are truth. You're the self. You are divine presence. That's experiencing this Ananda phenomena.
Ananda Lila.
The Ananda Lila, nothing defines you. Nothing defines you. Right now, what defines you? Nada. Nothing defines you. You need to go to thought, doesn't just try to find, oh yeah, I'm defined by this and that.
Right.
But the fact is, nothing defines you. You remain as that.
That's the fruit of the contemplation, as you talk about contemplation.
The contemplation is to realize that you are the source. Not a phenomenal event.
Mm.
That you are the experiencer. But that experiencer is not a form. Pure presence. So as long as you don't place your happiness on anything, you bring it back home. You bring your happiness back home. That I am peace and happiness. And then this peace and happiness can celebrate. And celebrate being peaceful, alone, tranquility, reading a book, going for a walk, or just being, whatever. Or it can celebrate being in company of friends and lovers. So don't complicate it. Don't build stories. Don't make any stories. Reduce. Simplify. The mind, clear it. All is well in presence.
I could go on. I could go on asking things, but I take a break now.
Okay, Anand, beautiful. Thank you for your
so
question.
much.
Yeah, nice being with you. So if there is any other question, anything you'd like to explore. It's really important that you don't define yourself. Any way you define yourself, no matter how broad it may seem, is limiting. It's a limitation. You remain in the unknowing. You remain in the not knowing. And continue to question whenever you're invited to question, to contemplate. What am I? What am I truly? Not the stories about me, because there are endless stories about me, the boy, the girl, my life, my brothers, my family, my mama, my fortune, ill fortune, good fortune, my sexuality. All this is. Do not rely on that, on the past, in your question. What am I truly? There is but one direction, one purpose, which is the revelation of the self, the revelation of truth. There is no way around it. If you cater to the body-mind, it's unending. The demands from the body-mind are unending. You have to go to the wholeness, the fullness of the self. That you are that.
There was something that seemed a little still a little unresolved in me from our conversation. That term addiction. It's one thing that bugs me a little bit. It's like, first of all, it has a big onus on it from in our culture. It's like bad. Addiction is bad, and we're addicted to all these things, and that's what's, that makes us bad me's.
Mm-hmm.
And so it seems like the ongoing train with some momentum of me impression is like that, in that whole addictive realm of compensations. I can do this, I can do that. I can feel okay because I get ice cream again, or I get this, or I have something to look forward to, all of that kind of stuff. Now, I know that what you've been saying is so profound. It is so profound what you were directing, and you basically always are. It's the substratum of what you're saying. The freedom from a me and the sense and the presence in itself. So I'm just taking this opportunity to say that it's this realm of, it's like a dream. It's like being in a dream, partly awake, and still stuff is going on. Oh my gosh.
So you need to contemplate, what is it that gets addicted?
Mm-hmm.
What is the reality of that gets addicted? If you don't dive into this question, the impression of the addictor, that is addicted, remains. You have to go to find the addicted. Who? What is it that is addicted in this moment?
Mm.
There is an assumption that there is a character in time and space,
Mm.
and that this character has some real characteristics.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the pink elephant in your dream that has the seemingly real characteristics of flying is not a real pink flying elephant.
Mm.
You have to go to whatever it is that is addicted. Now, there are addictions at the chemistry level. Yes?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you have to sort of be watchful of that.
Mm-hmm.
So there are various modalities to deal with that. There are various therapies that deal with that. But the psychological addiction, there is one modality for it, which is to contemplate the self.
Mm-hmm.
It's always in this moment, Ananda. In this very moment, you don't need to go back to after this meeting to figure out what is it that gets addicted. Who is it? It's now. Whatever it is that is real in your experience is real now. It's one reality to your experience. And it's not in what you perceive. It belongs to what perceives. So addictions require your cooperation. So your cooperation to, yes, I need fill in the blanks. Yes, I am unfulfilled, blah, blah, blah. You fill in the blanks. There has to be your cooperation, your agreement that first of all you are some kind of character, that this character is seemingly real, and that this seemingly real character has some seemingly real deficiencies, and that this seemingly real character that has some seemingly real deficiencies can accomplish or can fulfill their seeming deficiencies via some seeming addictions.
Right.
It's the castle of cards, you know. So the root of addictions is the belief that I am some phenomenal event that needs certain situations, certain experiences, certain relationships, etc., to realize themselves, to fulfill themselves. There is no fulfillment, because fulfillment, full, you know, full, wholeness, full, the wholeness cannot belong to a separate entity. Fullness is complete freedom. It's the realization of your borderless presence, of your majesty, universality, eternity, peace, and tranquility. The presence that you are. There is no way around it. You have to get down to it.
It's so clear that you have such a beautiful thing to share, and you're so expressive, and you know, it's all the life force is going to sharing this, and I appreciate it so much because it's getting clearer, and happiness comes with that clarity.
Okay, Ananda, good. Thank you, Ananda. Thank you for your question. Ananda, I think if you could get some sort of earphones or headphones, I have a feeling that there is the echo that we hear sometimes is might be resolved by your using some headphones. We can try it. Let's try it next time and see.
I will. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay. So Katya, hello Katya. Katya writes, being in an open space of silence is truly beautiful. Yes, that's beautiful, Katya, yes. You see, Katya, you are the open space of silence. I know that you wrote, you know, you're in it, but I understand what you're saying. I just wanted to just make that additional comment that what we are is this open space of silence and stillness and presence and beauty and love and peace. That's what we truly are. And it doesn't need to get complicated. It does not need anything. It doesn't need you to be a person, you to be successful, to be worried, to be pursuing, to be avoiding. All of that is nonsense. Just recognizing ourselves, recognizing the truth that I am this aware presence that has no borders, has no phenomenal qualities, not limited by anything. Nothing limits it. It is the reality of all what appears, is the I am this borderless presence. It's very beautiful, yes, and peaceful. And so whenever some sort of me story or me thought or me impression arises, let it be. Don't touch it. If you touch it, it sticks to you. You get your hands dirty. It sticks to you. And then you're trying to fix it and trying to arrange it and trying to make it work. Don't touch it. Just recognize that whatever arises is not you. What you are is not anything that arises. Like the breath, it arises. Like this perception, it arises. The thought arises and dissolves. It arises and dissolves out of yourself, out of presence. It arises in presence and dissolves in presence. But you don't arise. You are the eternity of the self. So as long as you don't touch whatever arises, you remain as the self. It's a process of undoing, not doing. It's a process of not doing. Of course, at the body-mind level, if there is hunger, you cook a meal. There's a need to go to work to take care of, your bill. You go do that. Your bills, your payments, you go do that. But you do it very smoothly and very lightly. You don't forget, as you're involved in whatever is needed, what you truly are. That you are this open, borderless presence. You remain as that. The world appears to you, in you. You don't appear in the world. The world appears to you. It appears in you, like this perception appears in you. A bodily sensation arises in you, to you. You perceive it. You perceive a sensation in your shoulder, in your head, in your face, in your belly. You perceive those sensations. You perceive the bodily sensations. They arise to you, in you. You don't arise. You are the non-arising. You remain in that knowingness, irrespective of what you do. Like right now, for example, we are in a conversation, but you remain in the knowingness that you are this aware presence. You are this aware presence. It is not personal. It has no one to whom it belongs. It has no owner or no ownership, which is really beautiful. There's this complete freedom. You are not anyone. Nothing is possible without you. Everything is the self. Everything is the I am. Don't identify with anything. Family, political party, gender, any organization, any idea, any image. Do not identify. Just see the image arise and dissolve like a wave in the ocean. Don't touch it. The mind has a tendency to repeat the me stories. Repeat. I am this, I am this, I am this, I am that, I am that, I am this and that, I am that, I am this, I am that. You go to sleep in your night dreams, I am this, I am that. You wake up, you pick it up again. You're nothing, nothing that is definable. Everything is defined via you. Every thought, every perception, every sensation requires you. You as awareness, you as presence. So if there are any questions, so please remain as presence. Keep going back to presence. Already is, it's already there, whole and complete. It is what you are. Don't go downstream. Remain at port. Do not journey. Remain still. It's in the stillness. As the stillness that you recognize yourself. It is the stillness recognizing itself. Presence, knowing itself. It's eternity, knowing itself as the eternal. It's majesty. It's wholeness. It's infinity. The peace that doesn't come and go. The source of all dreams. You are that. Thank you for your lovely company and for your presence. We'll see you soon. We'll see you next week. Be well.